Welcome to the Seven Caps, the luckiest tavern in town.
Luckiest for you, maybe, not for us.
Our wine baguettes are lucky.
Hold on. We aren't done with you yet.
How about
Attempt
a few
number 2.
rounds of cards? Gwen specifically.
Maybe we would have been better off using Go Fish. Alright, so I suppose maybe you can make a case that it's worth giving this another shot with a different set, or a different faction this time, but like I said, I think we have so many more cards for Northern Realms that we are probably much better off going this route. We do have, of the cards that we do have for other factions, they are still pretty good, even if we don't have a lot. We have, you know, some, well, we have Vesemir, who's a 6, but then again, Vesemir can also be in any other faction, so it's not like that's something that is unique to Nilfgaard. So yeah, Medic, but we obviously have that in Northern Realms as well. So I'm not terribly impressed with Nilfgaard right now. Monsters, I don't even think we have enough. So I think that's out of the question. Scoia'tael maybe would be the only other one that might be preferable. And we do have a few 6s there. People who we could play in either row, but that doesn't seem like that's too special. What was the deal with that one there? Also can be placed in either row. Yeah. 1 healer, but with 0 strength, whereas the version that we have for Northern Realms of a healer is better, because it heals and also does have strength in and of itself. So yes, I think the answer is that we still do have best cards for Northern Realms. That is the way to go, we just need to play better. And we, like I was saying, we got a little clever, maybe too clever, with what we were doing in some of those rounds there, so might have gotten the best of us. Now, what do we want here? We do have one of those blue striped commandos, the guys that have tight bond, but I think we only have one of them. Let's just double check. Do we have a second? We don't. That means we either want to take a risk and hold on to this guy, try rolling into something else, or re-roll this guy and hope that we just get some other good card. I think we go that route, and we just re-rolled a Blue Stripes Commando into Blue Stripes Commando. So that didn't work out so well. Probably should have just re-rolled him again. Instead, I opted to get rid of the weather effect and got a decoy, which is not great with our current set of cards here. But we are going first, it seems, so I think we hold on to this guy and hope that if we win round 1 or round 2, that when we draw that additional card, it happens to be another Blue Stripes Commando. In which case, we probably hold off on melee for the time being, and maybe we go Siege and use our leader ability. It's so infrequent that we use that in the first round, but I suppose we can do it this time. Not sure what we're going to want to do with range, but hey, if you want to play a spy in a row that we're ultimately going to end up doubling, then sure. And based on what our opponent did last time, I would expect we're going to see a fair number of spies. Maybe even a fair number of Commander Horns. We could steal their spy. In fact, this is a really good spy, so I think that is probably worthwhile. Otherwise, we didn't have much purpose for this decoy, because we don't have the medic at the moment. This is one of their best cards, so that works for me, I think. Okay, Siegfried, just a typical 5. Nothing too special about him. Now, do we double our siege row right now? Do we play this guy first? Caller? And we did see our opponent use Commander's Horn in the siege row last time. It just generally had a few Commander's Horn, so it's not impossible that they could double Taller themselves, which is just a 2 strength unit at that point, so it's not that bad. It's probably still worthwhile. And we got another spy, in fact. So maybe we have a little bit of a repeat of last time. However, we have already invested pretty heavily in this round, so I don't think we want to throw spy after spy here. We are trying to win this. We go Siege Expert, give 1 more to those guys, and then we'll use our leader ability. Hope that's enough, but okay, our opponent did pass. So, interesting question then as to what is the best way to finish this round. I think what we do is we double, because we've already played all of our siege cards. There's a chance we might draw additional card that's siege when we win a round, but that's an unknown right now. This does mean that we have won by a fair bit, though, which I think means we can probably also play Stennis here and prep for the future, because we will still be in the lead after doing that. So it's a good time to sneak him in. And we got another Commander's Horn, which is not a terrible thing, because we've, again, already used our leader ability, so that gives us the flexibility to double both the melee and range row next time around, and maybe we'll actually hold on to Clear Skies this time. So, yeah. This should do the trick. We have no more spies, so no other reason to play additional cards here. We will have a 2-card advantage because we played a spy to get more cards, like 2 spies to get more cards, and also gain 1 whenever we win around as Northern Realms. So I think it is probably best for us to go hard here as well. And oh, we got a second Blue Stripes Commando. It did work out, so that's great to see. So what do we start off with, though? Didn't they have a Scorch card last time as well, which removes the strongest cards on the field, in which case we might want to deliberately try to go a little bit slowly here, not play our best cards first, so that if they do happen to play that card, that it only takes out a not-so-great unit, in which case I'm thinking, well, we also don't want to have multiple cards with the same value, so maybe we go, what? I'm thinking maybe Sheila, then followed by Vesemir, so that, you know, we play this, and they immediately use a Scorch, then we lose 1 5-strength card. Not the end of the world. Now at this rate, they'd actually lose their own card. So I think at that point, that suddenly makes it safe for us to play other 5-strength units. So that's good. And you can also play 5s yourself, I suppose. Doesn't matter which row we play them in, should still be safe. Yeah, and we're playing everything this round, basically. We're going all in. We have card advantage here, significant card advantage at that. Then, okay, at least for the moment, we could play one of these guys. If we play 2, then suddenly we'll have the strongest cards, and Scorch becomes a factor. Which row is that? That is ranged row that you just nerfed. In which case, we could theoretically play Death Mold here. It is unfortunate. We probably do want to use the Clear Weather, but we'll wait to do it. So that way we can have some of these stronger units, mostly Death Mold, fly under the radar for the time being. Could even double first. Look at this. Doubling, but still not the strongest units? What is he doing? Why is he doubling a nerfed row? They do it too? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Doubling the siege row. At least for now, it would seem. However, let's see. So if we were to use Clear Weather right now, we would have Death Mold changing to a 12. It'd be tied with these guys, so if our opponent used Scorch, it would remove 1 12 for us, 2 12s for them. Obviously, that's worse for them than it is for us, so I think it is safe at this point for us to use this, or, say, go straight into a doubling effect for the melee row, which is still safe at the moment. They clear their own weather. Okay. Range. So if we play Vesemir, then suddenly we have a complete tie. Both people will have 2 12s on each side. If someone were to Scorch, then we both lose the same amount. That's what I'm getting at there. So we deliberately, I think, delay playing this guy here. And now you would lose more. So, good. Opponent has 1 card remaining. I think what we do here is, yes, I know this bit us a little bit when we did it last time, but we play Clear Weather, bide our time, see what that last card is for our opponent. And it is Clear Weather. So we have it. And we can just throw this guy in here. Basically, the reason why I did that was to see if we have any reason to try to hold on to a little bit of power for round 3, then we would still have this guy in our hand to at least try to still win round 3. Turns out, wasn't necessary because our opponent's last card was not so great. And so we'll just win by more. And get some revenge. We'll take that. And what card do we get out of it? Again, she pushes us. So rude. DWARVEN Skirmisher. Another Squirrel card, I think. Because that does look like it's green. Let's look. DWARVEN Skirmisher is what we're looking for. Is it alphabetical? It's seemingly not. Okay, so it finds cards of the same kind and brings them up. So do we have any other Dwarven skirmishers? We actually do. We have one more. So there is some value in that. Okay. That's not a terrible pickup. That's not bad. Okay, that's something. And then also, don't forget, the whole reason why we came in here to begin with was to speak to one Mr. Lambert, who is somewhere. Just ignore the fact that we currently have a different quest activated.
Ah, don't touch me.
Where is he? Peasant. Peasant. I mean,
Hey?
we could, I suppose, actually activate the correct quest, in which case it would probably become a lot easier to find him. Oh, excuse me.
I see it all around.
Don't touch me.
Alright. Lambert, where are you?
Black pudding, cure
That
anyhow.
girl.
You guys are people who are just not happy to see us.
Or not,
You're supposed to be in here, are you not?
That
We got this
bloody
table.
Guardian Imperia
Wild
can
one.
kiss me down there.
Also wild. Oh, you're all wild ones today. I thought that was that one specific guy's name.
Off my saddle.
You have an interesting name.
walk a crooked
I know you.
path is hard
Yeah.
and full of ire.
Now, where is Lambert right now? Thought he was in here. Not seeing him. Also, apparently stuff over there. Okay, let's activate this quest. I thought he was in here. Has he already left? Did we lose it because we waited too long by doing that other quest in between? Maybe? I think it was a Witcher contract. It was what? Not this one. I'm not seeing it right now, unless it's technically complete already. I feel like we might have failed it by doing that other quest first. I mean, it seemed like there was maybe some urgency to it. No, I think it was level 11, so I'm kind of keeping my eye out for that. That other quest seemed like it was so quick that it wouldn't matter if we just kind of slipped that one in. Enter the Faith, we've done that. Huh. This one? No, that's back in Novigrad proper. Lambert, did you abandon us? If so, then I don't feel great about that, because obviously it was, well, we could have done it. Just that we happened to pick to go the other quest first. Maybe I missed it? Bitter Harvest? No, we faked, or we missed that one. Saw fake papers, and we missed that too. So that's it in terms of failed stuff. So we didn't fail it. I guess I just must have skimmed over it. Apparently I missed it. So yeah, Lambert, where did you go off to? I thought it was supposed to be here. And yet I don't see you. I don't think it was a treasure hunt, right? Wood. Not this. Was it not a Witcher contract? Was it actually a side quest? Maybe that's why? Oh, was this? Meet Lambert at the Seven Cats Inn. That's where we are. Why is Lambert not here? Lambert, where'd you go? You're outside. That's why. Excuse you. Go away. We have business to
All
take
right,
care of.
high time you explain some things. Why'd you kill Lund? What's this all about?
Want the short version or the long one?
I think we need to hear all this, because it sounds like there's a lot to it. And based on how he felt it was justified to just murder someone in cold blood, we probably want to know what the deal is.
Let me hear the whole thing.
I had a friend. Aiden was his name.
You had a friend?
What?
Oh, he's fucking hilarious. I met him soon after I'd accepted a contract to lift the curse from the Ogre of Vilander. Aiden had been hired to kill it. He was a witcher from the School of the Cat.
Okay. How'd it work out?
Far as I remember, the ogre was killed in the end.
Yeah. After it gutted my employer, we really didn't have a choice. I cut a deal with Aiden. We joined forces, split the reward for killing the ogre between us.
Seems like you have a point of splitting the
After that,
profits.
we worked together a lot. Hands down the best man I'd ever met. I mean, I like you, you know that. Still, no comparison.
Yeah, it still hurts. Yeah, but like, if that was it, then
What happened to
why
him?
are we here? Clearly something
Some
happened.
time ago, Aiden took on a contract to lift a curse off a duke's daughter. It was a political mess from the start. Then there was hatred for the School of the Cat to deal with.
They worked hard to deserve that hate. Basically turned hired assassins.
Aiden wasn't like that.
I mean, many of the Witchers kind of
Anyway,
already seem to have that
Some of the Duke's courtiers
reputation.
had designs. Weren't at all keen on the curse being lifted from the Duke's firstborn. So a band of trained assassins ambushed Aiden. Murdered him. Our dear supervisor was one of them.
And Yad Karadin?
The assassin's leader. And the one to deal the mortal blow.
Yay. Sorry to hear it.
Sorry about your friend.
Don't need your sympathy. Just your help. We have to talk to Vienne. Must have had enough to drink by now. Let's go.
Yeah? Saw that person just moments ago.
Vienne.
Why, hello there.
What do you want?
We want to see Yad Karadin.
Now, why would I help you?
Because we asked nicely. What? That's actually one of the options. I swear I wasn't reading that. We'll get angry if you don't. We asked nicely.
It's really important to my friend here.
And what will I get out of it?
Pay for your beer for starters. Then we'll see how valuable your information is.
Well... How many rounds?
I was part of Karadin's band, but when was that? I don't know where to find him. I've fallen out with a lot.
Is that so?
Besides, he's no longer chummy with his old mates. Word around town is it's changed.
Care to explain?
Karadin's changed. What do you mean?
He's dropped all his old connections. Stopped taking on petty killings. He's hidden himself away in some hole. Must be planning something big.
Okay. Who were his mates then?
Who else was in Karadin's band?
Aside from me, Sleaze, Hammond, and Lund.
Okay, Lund was the guy that
all over the world.
we just murdered.
Sleaze went to Tretigor, Hammond to Skellige, and Lund.
Lund's dead.
Finally met his match. Well, you've only Hammond or Sleaze to talk to then.
Okay, so we have to track these guys down, and maybe that's why this was saying that this was a quest that was going to take us to numerous locations, but what can you tell us about this Sleaze person?
This Sleaze. Where can we find her?
She's done well for herself. Runs a brothel in Tretigor, the kind rich men frequent. Or suck information out of them. And she sells it.
Name of this brothel.
The Black Lily. Sleaze always did have horrible taste.
Okay, I'm not sure we know where Tretigor is, but noted.
We need information about Hammond.
I don't think it's in
Karadin's
Novigrad or
right-hand
anywhere in this
man
general area.
once. When the band broke up, he went back to Pharaoh once he had come. He's a pirate now. Even the Jarls treat him with respect.
Okay. It's a pirate, so that sounds like that's going to be kind of tricky to track him down, but okay. But what about you?
What about you? What's your story?
Scoia'tael. Unit was decimated, so I joined Karadin. They never treated me as an equal. No.
Probably could have told you
hit a
that.
Sparrow from 100 paces. But I was never good enough for Karadin. He always preferred that cunt Sleaze.
You have a hand in the murder of the Witcher Aiden?
Perhaps. I don't remember.
Something tells me you do. Were other members, though?
Satisfied?
She doesn't know anything. We need to talk to Hammond and Solis.
Don't go looking for Karazin. If he senses you nipping at his heels, he'll kill you without batting an eye.
We'll see. As for you...
I mean, yes, she is someone who was involved in all this, true, but... I mean, this is still... Like, what is the statute of limitations, right? I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it? Maybe not that long. I don't know. I feel like we ought not to kill her, even though she's clearly not exactly a great person. It seems like, you know... Seems like Lambert was kind of overstepping a bit when he just murdered that guy previously. Yes, of course, now we do have more information about him and know that he was involved in murdering Aiden, but still... feels wrong.
No, Lambert.
Right. Better to leave her like this.
What about my coin? Arseholes.
Yeah, I think that's better.
You gotta help me, Geralt. Best thing will be to split up. You sail to Skellige. Try to squeeze something out of Hammond. I'll go to Tredigor and meet with Solis.
Okay, so he'll go to Tredigor. I'd still like to know where that is. But do we need to talk first? I don't know. Something else we need to
Lambert,
discuss?
let's talk about this.
No, let's not. This is one of those situations. Serious situations when you don't ask unnecessary questions and just help your friend.
Where'll we meet once I'm back?
At the Nowhere Inn.
All right, I'm off.
In the middle of nowhere.
Good luck.
Thanks? Maybe? Okay, so we're headed to Skellige to do that. I mean, of course, we're going to go to Skellige at some point. But, Pharaoh or Hammond. Yeah, so that's definitely not something we're going to do right now, of course, because eventually we will find our way over there, but we still have plenty of things left to do in Novigrad. We've not even done the main quest in Novigrad yet. So, let's see, we are extremely close now. Seems like we've been extremely close for a while to reaching level 16. Is there anything else, quest-wise, that we want to do maybe to get to that point? Because I think that once we do, we will maybe be able to take on things like the level 20 quest and get closer to taking on a few other things. Red Lake Delight would be so great if we could find a way into this freaking house. Maybe we give that a shot now. We could explore a little bit more in this greater Novigrad area. I'm about to go world map. But I'm a little reluctant to do that. We could pick up, oh, those actually, some of those are good herbs there. Relatively hard to find. Yeah, I guess there's not too much in this area. This is where the Ekimara was previously, and we could maybe even teleport there to loot the rest of that building, because we had to rush over with Lambert previously. Maybe let's just pick up some of those herbs we were talking about previously. Have all the cats hiss at us while we're doing it. That's not good stuff. Where's the Nostril? That's good. And on the other side, fuck. Honeysuckle, that's not so great. Towards the Bobalt, mostly the Nostril. Want it? Okay. And maybe this as well, whatever this is. Hop Humbles, yeah, that's kind of rare as well. Tell you what, we'll double check what this is. Endrake, yeah. That's not bad either. A little curious. Oh, there's some dudes over here. So level 9 Drowner, is that worth fighting? I mean, we're just saying we want to eke out a little bit more experience. And I'm actually kind of curious how much experience these guys give. So we're on 1407. Take this guy out. What does it leave us with? And yes, we can just do Igni. Don't worry, we're not wasting any durability on our weapons. Mostly for science. We got two experience, so almost none. Which I think is useful for reference material. For reference in general, because it seems as though we're mostly just leveling whenever we finish quests, and that perhaps gives us more reason why. That looks like that's maybe not a Drowner. That looked like... Oh, it is. One of the guys that's very similar to a Drowner, but not quite a Drowner. I forget what their names have been, but you guys know what I mean. If we just continue to fry you guys, then it's not really a problem. Oh, nearly enough. There it is. Need just a tiny bit more power on the Ignies and unfortunately. Yeah, this guy wants to pick a fight. I'm seeking him out, but sure. Maybe these guys will have the key into the house. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Is that gonna be enough to take you out? No, still need just a tiny bit more. Need like one more damage on me. No loot from that one either, unfortunately. Yeah, so I mean there may be something in this little area here, but I think what we really want to do is teleport back over to this area here. Let's do that. Our science experiment. Yeah, that's done for now, I suppose. Don't think, assuming that all those guys give 2 experience apiece, don't think that 6 experience is going to be a difference maker. But you never know. Teleport here. Head back to here. And yeah, we're expecting more loot. We might even try to explore or see what that question mark is. Who are you?
Rain doesn't bother you, it seems.
I don't think we had any other people over here previously. Pretty sure we didn't. Yeah, this is the place that we were. I was gonna say, that didn't look all that familiar. This was it. So there was this one crate over here that we couldn't loot. Is that still the case? That seems to still be the case, unfortunately. Anything else on this side? I think we were fairly thorough here, is mostly on the interior. Might not have gotten the chance to loot everything. Let's do that, and then maybe we'll venture out a little bit further, like I said, check out what that question mark might be. So in we go. Did we take anything in here? We might not have. So it could just be small things like Camarian rye, other alcoholic beverages. It seems like that's likely the case, but you never know. It does remind me that, of course, we have not yet explored all the places. Ooh, Stableford's dust, that's good. Not yet looted all the houses in those other areas, in the outer Novigrad areas, which at some point we'd want to do as well. Okay, that seems like everything down here. That Kimara was upstairs. Kimaras do drop good stuff as well, so it seems like we unfortunately may not have gotten any loot directly from it. I remember there was a hide, a Kimara hide, I think, was a useful crafting material for some potions. But I don't know if it just so happened to not drop anything, or if by immediately going with Lambert, we missed that opportunity to ever loot that stuff. It just kind of disappeared because we opted to go that route. Not sure. But anyways, I think we've now done everything in here that we can do. So, not a few decent things, but nothing totally game-changing, I don't think. Maybe now we check out what these other houses are all about. At least in this area. This is further outside the city now. Just outside the city proper. Are there any guards, or can we just loot everything? There is some kind of monster that is not very far away from you guys. Might want to do something about that. Might want us to do something about that. Let's poke our heads in. If these doors are not locked, that is. Which, unfortunately, they are.
Ever heard the legends of the White Wolf?
You could say we've heard the legends of the White Wolf, yeah. I'm, vaguely familiar with them, yes. Remind me, though. Something about some grand witcher who's the best people had ever seen. No one ever like him before, nor will there ever be in the future. Oh, rotten flesh. Steals rotting flesh from random houses.
Should have stayed in
least have died with dignity.
That stinks. Anything else down here? This is a nice, peaceful little village.
Stop coming. There's somebody coming.
Mostly junk, it seems, and yeah, you know, like, maybe not even worth picking that stuff up, but... And this house as well. And we can take this. And we can... Ooh, is that a chest? It is, but there's actually nothing there. Although you have silver on the shelves. So that's cool. Suppose that's fine by me, as long as you have it. These are lighting up, but I think we already took them. So let's head on out. And now... Okay, still more to loot.
Stop coming.
Sure.
There's somebody coming. Hello.
What are you on about?
Good day to you.
Did see, yeah, there's something over there.
Stop coming.
Let's see,
There's
are we
somebody
free to loot
coming.
this? I think we are. Generally more junk, though.
For luncheon today, lovely.
Yeah, it's quite junk heavy, it would seem. What was that? Oh, that was another cat. They sound very vicious, though. Yeah, it could be that I assume monster that we're seeing out in the distance there is actually what the source of the question mark is. My guess is, for that reason, it might be something like either a monster nest or a guarded treasure. We'll investigate. Perhaps right around now. Just as soon as we take these. Okay. Where exactly are you? Down here. Let's double check if that is in fact on the map. What seems to be the location of the question mark? Yeah, question mark is right here. I'm assuming that is probably the case. And this is about as far east as I'm looking to go here. Guarded treasure? Yep. Some kind of water hag of sorts. Let's save just in case, because we have found that some of these guys are really high level, some of them are not. Don't know what we should expect here. Oh, level 8. Okay, no problem. I did walk straight into that. Did, however, still hit you with an Igni. That was nice. Okay, I attempted to use Cleanse Defend, but Harold said no, and ultimately didn't much matter. Okay, we can take some loot here, yes, but I'm guessing there's a bigger chest somewhere. It is probably this. Hawkham trousers. Superior Dragon oil. Sounds very good. Gauntlets. Other things. Oh. Black magic doll. Okay, cool. The marker has grayed out, which suggests that we've probably done most of the stuff here. There is a little bit still, though. Or black magic dolls. Yeah, still a little bit concerning. Other small source of loot here. I don't think we need a pickaxe. Probably heavy, and maybe we could break down into some materials, some metal varieties, but I don't think that's going to be a big difference maker. Well, we are encumbered now as well. So we picked up a fair bit of armor, yes. That's probably what did it. Let's take a look. Some of it might not be so great, and therefore we might be able to drop it. These guys think we picked up a couple of you. And slightly better on some fronts for resistances, but bear in mind this is heavy armor compared to our current light armor. So I think for that reason it is probably still worse. This is worse still. Worth somewhat reasonable amount, but it also... Whoa, look at the weight. 1249? That explains why. So yeah, drop one of them and suddenly we're fine. A pair of gauntlets looks really good though. Level 14. Light armor as well. Gives us better attack power. Slightly worse resistance to piercing damage. Same bludgeoning. Better poison. Slightly better slashing damage. Lose a little bit of resistance to damage from monsters and elemental damage. That, and plus 8 armor? That's good. And it even has slightly less durability remaining, so I think that is definitely the way to go. And again, we get rid of some of our Nilfgaardian armor. It hurts a bit, but we'll do it for the best. I think we also picked up some weapons not so long ago. Wolf, in particular, which is not as beat up as our current weapon, but is also probably not as good, outside of how it does have 3 sockets, 3 things that we could upgrade, but I suppose that might be enough to make it better. But if we repaired our current sword, that probably would still be preferable. Other than that, is there anything else that has since risen to the top of our list? I think we do also have a few junk pieces of, swords like this and this that are not terribly good. They aren't crazy heavy, but it might be worth dropping them. These guys here are actually worth even less. That would probably be better to drop these, and in some cases they are heavier. Yeah, let's do that, and in that case we are over-dropping a little bit. Have a little pasture sheep. They run away from us. That's kind of cute. Okay, that's fitting. Realistic. Then, okay. Ooh, where does this lead? Huh? It's on our map. Looks like a graveyard of sorts. Yeah, maybe this little area here with some kind of building. Really does look like a graveyard, yeah. I mean, usually we would find that there tends to be some kind of Witcher mission in these graveyards in the past.
Well, a Witcher.
But maybe not this time.
Something's rank.
We've also spoken to some spirits in graveyards in the past. Maybe not this time, but keeping an eye out for things like that.
Move on.
You guys hear of anything to say to us?
You know what the church says. Dead got 'em.
Or is this a church? It could be a church with a cemetery nearby. That also, I suppose, could be a thing. There we go. Knew there was some herb there. Anything here? A little bit different, but still valuable, I think. Okay, so let's head in. Assuming this door is unlocked.
No loitering round here.
Sorry, I should not have done that. I did not take it. I said no.
Hello? For some potion ingredients.
There's been a mistake.
Hmm?
I'm no mage. No. I'm an apothecary.
How are you now?
Could swear I saw you at the summit in Lochmuin.
Did we?
That may have been my twin brother.
Stop
Was it now?
To the eternal fire, I'm a boil to be lanced, same as you. Relax. Not about to turn you in.
What do you want?
Okay. Yeah. Surprised Geralt recognized him, but how do you wind up here then? If you were in Lochmuin back in Witcher 2?
How'd you end up here? Crematory wouldn't exactly be my first choice if I needed to hide.
I wound up here by accident. After the Conclave's deliberations at Lochmuin,
What happened?
I moved to condemn Radovid. So Cadwyn called the guards. They beat me thoroughly, with gusto.
Oh.
Once they thought
Lovely.
I'd expired, they sent me here. The furnace was blazing and open. I felt a wave of heat and began to scream.
So they thought you were dead, but you weren't. And now you're alive. And now you're here. So I suppose that's a good thing?
Got anything interesting to sell?
I do, but shh.
Don't tell anybody. Ooh, some of these things look different from things we've seen before. This looks particularly glowy. Yeah, greater runestone, in fact. 5% chance to freeze. And greater igni. 10% igni sign intensity? Yeah. Stuff does sound good. What about your glyphs? Glyphs of Ard. Greater. Bellis. Runestone? Yeah? I don't remember as to whether or not the greater ones require that you also craft the lesser ones as sort of like a building block. In which case, it's also not cheap buying this one, but I think we've been looking for the opportunity to pick up some of those greater recipes, and we've not seen many of them. So let's make a point here. Another greater. This one greater? No, it's just a normal glyph of Yurden. And other pretty valuable things here. Camelford's dust, salt pepper, all that stuff's been good to us in the past. Calcium Equum's been hard to find, all these things, yeah. But we might find that we could potentially finish some potion or two if we were to pick some of these up. Looks like its quantity is a little bit limited. Venom extract. It's actually a quest item? Wow. Also wondering if maybe we could sell some alchemy items to you. Say, well, we actually have a lot of water hack too. Some teeth. I'm surprised. They're reasonably valuable, and this guy is actually completely loaded. Wow. He is 1,500 coins right now. So we could go a little bit crazy here. We have a lot of Dwarven Spirit, probably more than we will ever need, because we have a full stack here. I think we may even have another full stack, or maybe it's just... No, that's 5th Essence. It looks very similar, but it's not the same. Let's see. Yeah, we have 2 full stacks. I think that is more than we will ever need for sure. Might even have more on top of that. Yeah, we do. We have 68 down there. So I think we go crazy selling that off. And Alchemist Powder, we do have another 23 down there. Do we have another full stack as well? In which case we could probably sell a bunch of that too. We might. No, doesn't look like it. But I'm pretty comfortable selling the rest, or not all of it, but another stack of, say, even... Or did we sell 2 rounds of 100 of the Dwarven Spirit? No, we didn't, because we have that 100 and we have this 68. Yeah, let's sell this again. So now we've made a lot, even after spending a fair bit. And other things we could theoretically sell. Bear fats, somewhat valuable. Bunch of Furbicane fruit, but that's... I guess we could sell a lot. And even if it's just worth 1 apiece, it does still add up a little bit. Same thing with the suent mushrooms. So, sure, I guess, let's do it. And then other things that we feel willing to part with. These guys I think we have a bazillion of, and the alchemy paste, pretty sure we have a ton of those too. The stack of 100 there. We only have 2 down here, so maybe not quite as much as we have. But it is, for other things, but it is still one of those things that we seem to find every time we're looting random crates and whatnot in villages. So maybe we sell, say, just a little bit of the Alchemist Powder, because it is worth a lot. And he can only afford to take 30 off our hand, so yeah, that seems like that's about right. And then we can sell 2 of these, and now he's completely broke. So yeah, sure. And then we can check alchemy, see if there's anything new we can create here. Don't think there are any new alchemy substances, because I just see 3, and I think we were already on 3 before. No new alcohols, no new bombs. Decoctions, 1. I think that is still the one that we are waiting to do because it costs red mutagens. Yep, right here. Oils. We did recently find the superior draconid oil recipe, but we need a cockatrice stomach. It is not readily available to us. And also, what is this? Albedo. That's probably something we could say purchase from someone like this guy here, but don't have all the ingredients for it yet. However, if we were to purchase it, we could get an enhanced Elementa oil. Haven't fought too many of those guys, but could still be worthwhile. And oh, what is this? Hangman's Venom? Abrith? Okay, if we're that close to finishing several things, then it might be worth double checking if you have some of those things on hand. Sulfur. If I'm not actually sure you have those ones we were just thinking of. I don't think so. It's unfortunate. Darn. And I think that was basically the last category that we were just looking at. Yeah, the oils. This one, you had a lot of ones that looked like powder. Is vermilion one of those things? We have long roots, even though they look like mushrooms, and we seemingly have every mushroom in existence. Rebus again? Okay. Yeah, take one more look here, but I don't think this is gonna actually have the stuff that we need. Diamond dust? Oh, yeah, I think we have all these things. Yeah. Unfortunately, doesn't have what we need, I don't think.